And hello everyone. Hello everyone. So yeah, continue playing Ace Attorney games. Need to finish them, all of them, this year. So it's number 4 game. What's name? Gekuten Saiban, right? Not quite sure. Alright. Actually, I can say it here. Gekuten Saiban. That's for sure. Maybe it was called Shi, maybe Yon. Supposed to be Yon. Anyway, I don't know. Hold on. I was reading non-stop the whole January, almost. Now continue. So this game is native for Nintendo DS. It was released... Well, it was the first Ace-Attorney game released for this system. The previous 3 were for Game Boy Advance, of course. Alright. About Trump. How many episodes again? I don't know. 5 maybe? 4? I see 3D. Showdown time. You lose. What was this? I seem to be in a bit of trouble. Something like that. That. Someone hit him hard. Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should it come to that? Should it come to that? They changed the picture in the background. Finally! Who the heck is this? Some old man? Not sure about this. Need to check the sound, and here it's a perfect place. Yet again, sound kinda quiet a little bit. It's Nintendo DS. Let's check it. Test. Sounds okay. Alright. How long is this game? How many hours do I need? Strange that Ahead in Time was longer than Professor Layton. For me, I played Ahead in Time like 22 hours, Layton maybe 6, I'm not sure. But definitely longer. So, Apollo. Yeah, literally his name really translates as Apollo Justice. But it definitely sounds more, I must say, better in Japanese, because mostly Japanese names actually speak for themselves. Like power, leaf, wind, etc. So it's normal to have the names that actually say something, some real word on it. But in English, like John, what does it mean? Well, it means something, of course. But people who speak usually English don't even know the meanings of the names. It's not like in Japan, so translating the names to English, I think it's kinda not appropriate. Panicked. Palms sweaty. Can admit it, I'm nervous. Well, Potter of course means something. But it's very rare when you have such last names. Self-explain. Good morning. Good morning, sir. You look tense. Justice. Arms up tight. Sir? No! I'm loose, I'm fine. That's such a noise. Is it your voice? I suppose it's to be expected. See the court record. How long did I gear for one of these? Just putting it on makes me feel ready. And you can now check all of this, and of course you need stylus. It's what was introduced in the very first game. Its number, inscribe it on the back of the badge. There are many numbers like it, but this one is mine, proof that I am an attorney. To tell the truth, I get a happy feeling inside just looking at it. Do I need this number? And it's hard to read it. Smith autopsy report. The time of death was around 2 a.m. April 70th. Death caused by single blow to forehead, I believe with a bottle. Victims' names: Shadi Smith, age unknown, male. Estimated time of death: April 17th, between 1:45 and 2:50. Cause of death: cerebral hemorrhage. I don't know how to pronounce all these specific words. I remember that I was checking it and simply forgot. Resulting from blunt trauma to forehead. Hemorrhage something. It's not a blood loss, but almost. Crime photo 1. Where's crime photo 2? Sub-basement. Wait a second, it's a spoiler that there will be another crime photo. How are you supposed to know about it? Sub-basement. It's a Borscht Ball Club? Well, I must explain it. You must say it's a game, but no. Good game. You're not supposed to the second photo. You can update and add the number later when you receive the second one. So I already saying this is a bug in game design. Borscht. They were Russians or what? Looks like Italian. Christoph Gavin. Gavin. Boss of Ed Gavin Law Offices. First-rate defense attorney. And my trusted mentor. Hold on, I remember that it was Phoenix Wright himself, despite it saying unknown. I simply remember this. Well, spoilers are all over the internet. My first client, just standing in front of this guy makes me nervous. I actually spoiled that he'll be in the very last case. Kinda unusual that he's the first, so that will be main spoiler. The whole game will be playing as Apollo, and Phoenix will be at the very end. It's here! Unusual. Alright. Shadi Smith, the victim in this case. Traveler, only recently back in country. Okay, let me put it here. I don't want to have it in my hand, like I was playing late, and I seriously don't like using touch screens, styluses, etc. Oh, it's stylus? Stylus? Is it stylus or stylus? God damn it, I forgot about this. And I'm not going to check. Wasting my time on this. Right, that's searching, screeching noise. Is it your voice? I suppose it's to be expected. If it's trial and it's homicide, I guess justice doesn't start small, I'm fine. I got up at 5 AM to do my chores of steel voice workout. I'm fine. That explains it. I did take a certain rasping quality at your screech. Or did it again? As you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. I wouldn't want to let him down, if you get my drift. Drift gotten zero, I am all over the drift. As it happens, I denied with him dined with him the night of the murder. He can't let this case fall through. Yes, I'm fine, sir. One more thing. Don't say you're fine quite so much. People might take you the wrong way. While preparing our case, you might want to introduce yourself to the client. My name is Apollo Justice. If it isn't clear already, I'm a new attorney, and today is my first trial. Not that I'm worried or anything. The defendant has been accused of murder. My boss wants to help him out, of course, and so do I. I mean, there's no way he did it. Not him, no way. But he might did it. Good, morning? Morning. It's all up to you today. Just I'm nervous, meeting him, cardiac arrest. I think I'm supposed to say something. Hell? So you are? Fine, I'm fine. Mr. Fine, is it? I don't remember you having an odd name. Well, you're off to a great start. Are you sure you came in with me? Mr. Gavin is a top-notch defense attorney. And he's your friend, so why? You'll see. You can do it. Be confident. I'm really sorry this happened to you. I mean, it's time. Shall we? Yes, sir. Okay, I need to focus. Let's trial. Here comes justice. Why is it not saying which year is it? The court is now in session. Well, of course, it will not be a 16-bit something music. It's advanced now. Well, actually, it was even advanced for previous, because in Game Boy Advance it was not the same like on this version. Less notes or something, less instruments. New game. The execution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is fine, ready, Your Honor. Mind going blank, no panic, too late. Your name was Mr. Justice? And this is your first trial? Yes, Your Honor, but I'm fine, really. I'm quite sure your voice sounds a bit strange. Mr. Gavin? Yes, Your Honor. I was under the impression that you would be heading up this case. That was my intention, yes. However, a defense attorney must always... what? Cede to this client's wishes? What the heck is this word? Okay, this is first in my life when I see it. Strange. Seriously, so many games. Set menu. Give up. Power or territory. Set. Can't believe this. Set to his client's wishes. My client specifically requested Mr. Justice. Wait a second. Is it possible that this Christoph will be the main villain at the end of this game? That's why it's like this. Well, of course, he wants justice. But to entrust his case to this greenhorn, why? I do not exaggerate when I say that you're the best defense attorney in town, Mr. Gavin. Okay, so Gavin's got trial experience, fine, but does he have shards of steel courts? Then let's begin. Defendant may enter the courtroom. This is truly an unfortunate turn of events. I'm sorry we had to meet again under these circumstances. Long time no see, Mr. Wright. And we already know who is him. No mystery at all. Let's put the past behind us, shall we? These days I'm merely Phoenix Wright, piano player. Just right. How could this have happened? I won't speak of it further then. If the prosecution would be so kind to explain the charges, Mr. Payne. To think I saw you enter this room, a fresh attorney, and now I'll see you live in chains. Oh, Winston Payne. Subtle as ever, I see. The crime occurred at the Borscht Ball Club, a Russian restaurant. Hold on. Borscht. This is Ukraine soup. Right? So it must be Ukrainian restaurant. Defendant Phoenix Wright took the victim, a customer, well, I don't know, but I'm not going to Google right now. And he hit him on the head. Smack. Kill him cold. Customer at the restaurant, you say? And the defendant, you say he was a pianist for the club, it seems. Phoenix Wright, a pianist. This is the weapon that took the victim's life. A bottle of grape juice? Was it just a wine in original? Because why? In the Russian restaurant there's grape juice in a bottle. Oh my god. They could say it's mineral water at least. Grape juice. Grape juice is apparently our defendant's drink of choice. The court accepted the deadly bottle as evidence. I had never seen in my life grape juice in a bottle. Something to know, Justice. All evidence is filed in the court record. Of course I know this. Why you every single game them explain the basics stuff? Grape juice bottle, used as the murder weapon. Burns the defendant Mr. Wright's brains. What? Am I see what I see? Grape juice. How long has it been since I drank grape juice? Are you sure that it's proper? It's like put F word or C word in the game. Apparently it's Mr. Wright's favorite drink. I wonder how well it goes with borscht. Terrible. Are you sure? Oh my god. Why? Why the heck? Holy shit. They will explain this name or what? Is it really what I see? Oh my god. I'm not going to say it on stream, but this game immediately became 18+. Why in this case, since it's grape juice, when it's supposed to be wine? Alright. Make a practice of checking it frequently. The court record. Right. I've heard of that. Use the court record button to look at the evidence so far. Confident in your ability to handle this. Right. The court record button. Sounds like it's time for some hands-on action. Let's check it. So the victim was a customer at this restaurant. Just who was this Shady Smith fellow? We believe he was a traveler, Your Honor. It's his profession, traveler, occupation. A traveler? According to his passport, he had been out of the country for a number of years. He had only returned to this country recently, though his place of residence is unclear. He had some sort of connection with the defendant? That too is unclear at present. Your Honor, I believe they first met at a Borscht Ball Club on the night of the crime. If they had only just met, then why murder? Perhaps the victim slighted the defendant's piano playing. It doesn't appear to have been the case. No, the motive had nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skills. At least not piano playing. Let this photo explain what I mean. As you can see, a game of poker was in progress at the scene of the crime. Wait a second. Isn't poker gambling? In Japan, gambling is forbidden? That's a crime and a... what? Well, if it's Japan, they constantly were saying it's United States. Indeed, it appears our defendant has fallen to become the basest sort of criminal. It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim, yet it was only that, a game, in the purest sense, a competition, Your Honor. A competition? Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of patience. Only the cards, their backs rests in blue flame, know its final outcome. Come again? The cards on the table had blue backs, Your Honor. I believe the defense was waxing poetic in an attempt to mystify those present. And impressed even. That will be our first order of business here then, to find out more about this fatal game of cards. Very well, defendant. You will testify to the court about the poker competition held the night of the crime. My pleasure. This is it. My first trial. Here goes nothing. I'm a pianist by trade. Yet I can hardly play at all. Just updated music from the previous games, isn't it? Supposed to. My real job is to take on interested customers over at the poker table. Around where we play, and the competition in there are the club's main attractions. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is, a game, and our customers are happy. And where's contradiction here? A pianist who can play piano better than a defense attorney who can't defend. Very well, defense may begin the cross-examination. Right, Your Honor. There's a cross-examination. Don't blow it. Alright. You're spitting bullets. Bullets? Where? It's a figure of speech. Your voice sounds strained and raspy too. My brain feels strained and raspy, sir. You watched me perform cross-examinations many times. Though you've never done one yourself, have you? Care for a refresher? No. Should I ask Mr. Gavin for a refresher course in cross-examination? No thanks. No need for help here, sir. I think I've got this one covered. I think you better do more than sing. You know it? Or you do not? Fine. The cords of steel are ready for battle. What are those cords of steel? My weapons. Press and present. Find any inconsistencies, any lies in the testimony, and reveal them to the court. It is cross-examination. Learn it, know it, do it. But if there's no lies, why should I mean, think about it. It was like proper short testimony. If we present something incorrect here, we lose the case, right? But why? Well, in the previous games it's happened maybe twice and 3 times when testimony was just plain. And only once you just press every single statement and it will continue. 0 error. Maybe not. Inconsistencies. Lies. Phoenix Wright. As if Phoenix Wright would never lie. It's up to me to prove it. Defense may begin the cross-examination. Let's see. Nothing new here. Hold on. I cannot present profiles now? There's only evidence and nothing else. There's no profiles. Why so? They made the game easier than before? Okay, pianist by trade. Hold it. By the way, there was completely no music when I pressed this button. It's not like in the previous game. Why they did it? They needed complete silence? You can hardly play. I'll play sometimes, when customers demand it. So play them one song, that's usually all we want. So it's supposed to be a boss just now? The title of pianist is a mosque, a respectable face ever for the world at large. And why are you really at the Borscht Ball Club? My real job is to take an interested customers over at the poker table. Hold it. I don't like that music stops. They pay you just to play poker? That's what seemed to be the case. A professional, after all. Do I detect pride in that statement? It's just hard for an honest, hardworking member of society like me to imagine. Yes, your imagination was always a bit limited, Winston. But I've played poker for 7 years in that little room, and I've never lost once. What? You see why the customers come now? Defeat the undefeated poker champion. It's quite a draw. That is, I'm quite a draw. Wait, never lost once? Not even one time? As I said, I'm a professional. He's played poker for 7 years and not lost once because he had never played the poker. Like it was in the previous game. Is that even possible? Maybe I'm right. The wrong way we play in the competition in the of the club's main attractions. Hold it. The room in the crime scene. Photo is an attraction. Check it one more time. Also, assets will be evidence. What is so unusual here? That forehead is covered with some hut? If you get blunt damage to the forehead, hut's supposed to be, I don't know, smashed? Something. Alright. It has quite a history, actually. The Borscht Ball Club used to be a gathering spot for black market types back in the day. Black market? All in the past, things like the black market are only on the silver screen nowadays. Suffice it to say that there were a lot of deals being made under the table. Right there, in that room. Smoky room. Gambling hoods. You know? Just looking at this picture makes me feel bad. Bosses gather around the table, cutting deals, safe from the eyes of the law. Meanwhile, a goon keeps... I got some notification doorbell, doesn't matter. Goon keeps watch through the small window. Maybe gain some track cost. I can practically picture it now. That window does look like it would be good for keeping a lookout, but little else. The room had a few odd tricks to it, though it was common knowledge to our regulars. At any rate, they come to play poker in a room steeped in history. Despite the dark past, it was all just good, clean fun. And why 2 decks of cards? Hold it. 2 decks of cards? A simple measure to prevent cheating. If you alternate 2 decks, no one can slip in cards. But something else I noticed. In addition to the cards on the table, there are some lines scattered on the floor. Precisely. Cards on the table, cards up on the floor, each one forming a complete deck. Grabs them painted blue by a set sweep of cards. It's pay deck, really. Incidentally, we use two types of cards at the club. One deck of cards was red, and the other blue. Why it's so important? As I recall, in poker you make 5-card hands. I can see how it would be easy to cheat. Yes, a game of hands. This competition you're talking about. Where the card understands the nature of the game sufficiently, so the soul just press every single statement. That's right. It was a simple game after all. No? Are you sure? People are not murderers over simple games, Mr. Justice. Defendant, you were in the room the very moment that the crime occurred. Yet you claim no connections to the crime. Now that's strange. What's strange? I was testifying about the competition that night. Ask me about the crime. At this point, it's against the rules, Your Honor. Of course, I expected to hear a cry of objection from the defense. Let me let that one slip by. Don't despair yet, Justice. Sir? Right, there's something I'd like made clear. Namely, your connections to the case at hand. And I'd like to hear it from you. Sure, why not? Very well, the defendant will amend his testimony. Just one little press. And I've got myself a whole new testimony. So this one is new. This one, the old one. Hold it. So, you claim you went gambling. That's right, it was simply a game. You didn't bet any money, not even a little. The only thing at stake in our game was pride itself, and life. Well put, Mr. Wright. I've got a mind to play a hand of poker myself. The stakes, your fate. Can we get back to the trial now? Alright, I plead silence regarding the murder, but I will say I never touched the murder weapon. That's contradiction, obviously. Objection? Objection! So you say you didn't touch the murder weapon, this grape juice bottle, right? So I said. Something the matter, Mr. Justice? Too bad our new defense attorney never learned how to play dumb. What's this, Mr. Payne? Examine the bottle in question, you see? It was covered with the defendant's fingerprints. No need to shout, Mr. Justice. Can hear you just fine. Excess yelling can damage the judge's ears in our case. But what about my cords of steel? Anyway, what's so strange about fingerprints on a bottle in a restaurant? Well, that's true. The prints are low. They wouldn't prove a sin. It's with normal fingerprints. But the fingerprints of the murder weapon were upside down. And so what about it? You can hold the bottle as you want, especially... Wait a second, it was still closed, right? Okay, let me sit down. Does it mean means he was holding the bottle inverted. And there can be only one reason for that. Anyone can hold the bottle as they want. For example, wearing it like this. Hold it like this. Bring it to this room where they're playing poker, of course. Let's see. Yes, to brain someone with the bottle. Brain someone. So Gavin, things just took a turn for the worse. No? I see no problem, Justice. Huh? The only thing that matters is the truth. There's a good reason for everything, you'll see. Defendant, can you explain your fingerprints on this bottle to the court? I stand by my plea of silence regarding the murder. For now. Not very cooperative, are you? This could hurt your case. I'm sure he's uncooperative because he's hiding something. There must be some reason.
Objection!
Your Honor? Hold on. You seem to have forgotten something. And what might that be, Mr. Guy? On the night of the crime, who was it who reported the murder to the police? Reported? Well, it was the defendant, Mr. Wright, but still that. Really? Yes, well, according to the case file, the murder was reported from near the scene by a call from the defendant's cell phone. Near the scene. Let's take a look at a diagram of the murder scene, shall we? So there was a small window on the left. And what was this black thing on the right? So there was a big window. Ah, something like cardboard. Now I understand it better. The window is open or what? Alright, the victim was murdered in a small room in a basement, 2 floors down from ground level. Because cell phones can get reception so far down. Why? My phone was working pretty fine. The ground parking, 3 levels down. The defendant used that stairs in this hallway to go above the ground. The call came from the first floor of the restaurant. I see, and this is the phone that made the call. The defendant could have just fled the scene of the crime if he so chose. Used by the defendant to notify the police. You know what's so special about it? The batteries are held in with a piece of tape. Should just buy a new one. Maybe he can't afford it, or he just doesn't care. Is it important? Okay. Yet he fulfilled his duty as a citizen and proven it to the authorities. But listen, is it possible to control everything without... Well, this I can use for sure. But the other buttons... I can use my fingers. And you claim he's being uncooperative? Nice save, Mr. Gavin. How better not waste this? I think the prosecution has toyed with our client enough for the time being. Toyed? I assure you, no one is more serious about What was it you said? The defendant was in the room the very moment that crime occurred. How can you possibly know this? That's a good question. How indeed? There will be another witness. Answer is simple, Your Honor. The prosecution has a decisive witness. You're as good as they say you are. So someone else was in the room the night of the crime. Must mean they witnessed the crime. Everything up till now has been a warm-up, Justice. Are you ready? Very well, the prosecution may call its first witness to the stand. What the heck is this? A witness will state your name and profession. Oh, just a moment. Where's the witness? I surmise that she has been frightened by the defense's demonic-looking horns. So I used a little hair girl. Relax, people. Or Joe. Should be Joe. Have no fear. If any horns point in your direction, this court will cut them off. Sure? I saw it. Oh my gavel. Please, come out. Isn't violence against her a crime, you know? Well, if you are sure it is, okay. No, the prosecution. What's going on? Wait a minute. Does the prosecution care to explain the witness's paraphernalia? What? What the heck is this word? Paraphernalia. Let me check. Paraphernalia. Miscellaneous articles, especially the equipment needed for a particular activity. Drill saws? Okay. Why he uses it like this? Yes. She is a professional, Your Honor. Those are merely the tools of your trade. And that would be... My name is Olga Orly. Something British. I'm employed as witness in Bosch Bone Club restaurant. And why the camera? Because it is my pride to serve borscht, that is naming restaurant, and also perform outside of that service. I take it one of these other services is taking the customer's pictures? No, like for example this one. From the window? Hold on. Piano is on the other side. Table! Wait a second, the table is around here. So they're not playing on it, it may be first floor. Okay. The first floor. That's the defendant? Indeed, on the night of the murder. And the white hat is one who has gone kaput. Now this is German. Indeed, that is the victim. Order! There's quite a piece of evidence to casually drop into our laps. The same way as I drop cold balls of borscht on laps of customers casually. Then the court will casually accept this new evidence. Now, witness, where were you at the time of the murder? What is this white powder everywhere? And why is there some kind of mist on the floor? Don't quite understand. I say outside or inside? Is it winter? It's not winter, it's April. I was in room, the hideout, we call it. Excuse me, the hideout? In this room where famous gangster, but guy, was arrested. Bad guy. Is the room where murder took place. What? You look utter surprise. It is lovely. I'll post my courtroom door later for you. What? Which scene? Photos will be numbered, and you will write which ones you want copy of. So there were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. The victim, Shadi Smith, Mr. Wright, and Olga Orley, our witness. And if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, that means that she is the killer. Very well, witness. You will testify to the court about that night's events. That night, customer asked me to deal cards for game. It was called Both Players Played with Hats On. The victim, he plays a whole time with his hands on, locked to his neck. Then last hand is done, but something terrible has happened. That man flew at victim and strangled him to death. What? Strangling? Incidentally, who won the game? Is it obvious? The winner was the victim, Mr. Smith. That's ridiculous. Because Mr. Wright can't lose. Justice. Maybe you can come up with a more legitimate objection, but he hadn't lost in 7 years. He can make it. It happens. Didn't lose a case my first 7 years as prosecutor, either. Incidentally, I have some evidence here. These are the poker chips, and they laid the very moment of the crime. The hand and chips on this side belong to the defendant, Mr. Wright. Those on the far side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith. Chips, you see? No, I mean, yes, imagine that poker's war. Your hand is your army, and the chips are the spoils. Spoils? You know that, after all, in my youth, I was known as the poker head of courtroom number 3. I think he means poker face. Looking at this picture, it does seem that most of the chips are on the victim's side of the table. Well, we don't know their value, maybe a red one more valuable. Very well, the defense may cross-examine the witness. What's so unusual about it? My question was about the last statement, so let's go to it. Send him to this. He definitely was trying to remove the necklace, right? And strangled, you mean that... Let me check, to be sure. Yeah, it's what I thought. Squeeze or constrict the neck off. Something. So it's contradiction, there's no need to press anything. Just present the autopsy report. Hope it's the actual one. Objection. Oh really? Strangled, you say? That's odd. No. Normal customers only choke on brush. No, I mean, this report shows that the victim died of a blow to the head. Miss Earle, really now, did you witness the crime? Looking at the picture, it doesn't seem like he was hit. He's still wearing his hat and everything. Yet it's a fact that he was hit, Your Honor. Strange. Here's a photo we took of the victim with his hat off during our investigation. Oh, that's quite shocking, isn't it? This head suddenly was hit. But I've seen it happen. The defendant, he lunged at the victim, his neck. Oh really, Miss Orley? I think I've caught you in your own lie this time. Justice, admire your enthusiasm, but perhaps you should think this through once more. What do you mean? I found a contradiction. There's one thing in your testimony that troubles me. Very well. It seems we should continue the cross-examination. Such a sin as thinking too much. This horse is dead. Let's stop beating it. There's such a sin as thinking aloud too much, too. So, what's the difference? After the defendant tried to strangle victim, he hit him with bottle. Hold it. You didn't say anything about hitting before. So sorry, I must be forgetting this. No. Witness, you will take greater care with your testimony. No, I'm sorry, Your Honor. And that clears up the discrepancy with the autopsy report, I believe. The defendant made to strangle his victim, then change his mind and choose a simpler, blunter means to do the job. Yes, that sums it up nicely. So he strangled him, then hit him. Something fishy about all this. Fishy that wears this necklace or something. Go ahead, I believe you know what it is you need to know. Right, sir, leave it to me. There were only 3 people in the room at the time of the murder. The victim, Shiny Smith, Mr. Wright, and if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, how could you know, Orlin? Lock it. Hold it. Hold it! It stopped responding. Hold it. He's locked. Well, it was good luck charm, no? He worked it many times as he planned that night. Yes, he must have felt as though it might carry him to the moon and the stars. Though, if it were small enough to fit around his neck, it wouldn't have much lift. Fans would like a clarification. It's a locket we're talking about? I mean, a pendant with a picture on it, in it, right? Not a rocket. Of course, I knew that. It was probably a pendant shaped like a rocket. That's why she called it that. No. It's considered bad form to poke fun at the heart of hearing in our society. Heart of hearing? Or heart of understanding? So, what happened next? Well, I can't present another one. I see this locket here. But it's gone down. Choose this one, but it doesn't matter if you really think about it. Because he also cannot see. Look it. Objection. You know, there was one curious part in your testimony, just like Mr. Gavin said. But what does it mean? Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what it's you're thinking so intensely about? What, I'm wrong? Recall my testimony, Your Honor. The victim played with his hand on locket, his neck. Alicia said, so I'm right. Hope you aren't about to raise any objections to the witness grammar. No, but look at this photograph. Do you see a locket on the victim's neck? Well done, Justice. Impressed. I knew you'll be able to handle this. But what does it mean? We have to believe this witness testimony as is. Then the locket disappeared on the victim's death. Lockets don't just disappear, Your Honor. It's quite simple when you think about it. If the locket is gone, someone must have taken it off, no? Taken it off. Wait, you don't mean... The defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all. He was taking off his locket. Wouldn't that explain it? Defendant, what do you have to say to this? Say? Yes. I just noticed this, but you have something hanging around your neck, don't you? You mean this? Yes, it's a locket with a photograph inside. Let's see. It's quite not visible here. Is it or not? A photo of my daughter. Come again? That's right, you have a daughter? You confirmed it at the time of the arrest. The picture in the locket is indeed Mr. Wright's daughter. So Mr. Wright has a locket too? Why don't I buy that this is just a coincidence? Well now, if the results of this poker game led to the murder, perhaps we should hear a bit more about the outcome of the game. Further testimony won't really be necessary. It's clear the defendant lost badly. Miss Orley, you will testify to the court about the game played between the victim and defendant. No. Serious competition. The game began with 3,500 points in chips for each man. House chips come in two sizes, small and large. One who was winning, it was victim. For last hand, defendant played with all chips on table and loose. The moment loss was decided, defendant grabs a bottle from table and... Indeed, look at this picture. It does seem to be a one-sided game. The court knows poker was the defendant's life. Failure must have been a bitter pill to swallow. How many times have I heard these words? I done it in a fit of anger, Your Honor. Come on, tell, but true. Why it was out of progress, I don't know. It seems that John watches too many old card movies. Me sings and war. Mr. Wright said he hasn't lost in 7 years, so this testimony must be wrong. Let's see. No, let's press everything. Hold it. Are those the usual starting points? Were any special rules used? No, not special, usual game, usual rules. Each man began with 3,500 points. Then the total would be exactly 7,000 points. This isn't calculus, it's not even long division. Small notch. Hold it. Hold it! Are the chips in this photo all the chips that were used? No? No, of course. Something fishy with these chips. Should I press harder? But of course. Maybe you could explain a bit about these chips. Explain? What is there to be explained? Wait, today is Sunday, what? Good to check. Yeah, tomorrow is working day. Poke chips are poke chips. They're not fish and chips, not a chip. Oh my god. Why you auto-progressed? Thanks. Now that I pressed Q, I already asked something. What are these chips worth? Are they in dollars? Or rubles? Even? Yet. As I have been saying before, it was a game, not gambling. Hard perhaps for capitalists to understand. Two types of chip. 100 points chip and 1000 points chip. It's not money, no. Justice? Sir? Don't you find your comments interesting? In more ways than one, sir. Have it added to your testimony myself. Well, does the defense want the witness to add to your testimony? Of course. Yes, I do think this deserves further scrutiny. And it to the testimony. I wish I knew where I was going with this. Very well, witness. You would be so kind. Dion. What? Big one is 1,000, a small one is 1,000. Usually it's small one because... Because what? I need to count them all. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of small. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of big. So big are 100. So it's 1,000. So 6,000 and 1,000. Seems correct. So the left one had more chips. So he couldn't go all in or something. So it was 4,100. 4,100. It's contradiction, but how should I pin it? Hold it. Hold it! Some guy saying this testimony is important. To be honest, I have no idea why. Mr. Justice, do the court a favor and think of what you want to say before raising a hand. We are not in kindergarten. Sorry, I'm fine. But let's think of something to ask. And quick. There are two types of chips. No? The small ones are 100s and the big ones 1000, right? Right, of course. Of course not. Don't waste our time. At all? Yeah? Wait, some guy made me stop here and now I'm the one who looks dumb. Justice, please try not to embarrass me like that. Who, me? There's a clear contradiction in the information you have in your hands. What? It's a simple matter of calculation. Go on, try it. You're not in kindergarten, after all. I already calculated it. So I need to present it here. The pictures mean objection.
Objection!
You're sure it was the victim who won? Absolutely sure. Seems our new attorney is a bit confused. A glance at the picture is enough to tell you who won if you are not in kindergarten. Just for safety's sake, could you explain the problem to the court? Of course, Your Honor. In this photo I see small chips and I see large chips. Tell me, which were worth 1000 points? Why, the big ones, of course. I thought so too, but then the totals don't add up. The totals? Let's review what the witness told us. Each man started with 3500 points in chips. And the combined total value of the chips was 7000 points. Yes, if my calculations are correct, let's see, 3 plus 1, carry the 5. The eye honor. Now, look at this photo. It allegedly shows all the chips. And the big chips are worth 1000 points, and the small chips are worth 100. And you add them up. How much is it? Get yourself, you aren't in kindergarten, are you? 10,600 points. The chips don't add up. This guy contradicts the witness testimony. But why? How could this be? Exactly. Injustice. Now that you know the what, you must determine the why. Right. There's only one possible way to explain this contradiction. Start points were wrong. Chip count was wrong. Was were right? H1 began the game with 3500 points. If all the chips are indeed shown in this photograph, there can only be one answer. Well, what is it? The value of the chips. But the other way around. What? Want to know what I think? The small chips were worth 1000 points, not the big ones. Madness! Utter madness! What's madness? It's kinda always like this. Show me that photograph of the chips again. 6 small chips and 10 large chips. Why? That does make 7000 points when you add them up. Excellent work, Justice. It's almost as though you figured it out by yourself. But of course. I'm just glad I was the one who said it. But wait, the value of the chips may be different, but it changed nothing. Indeed, the victim did have this larger number of chips still. Exactly. If the small chips are 1000 points and the large chips are 100, let's do a little math. Add up the points for each side of the table. Victim, Mr. Smith, had 2900. Why are you out of progress at 41 points? 4100 points. Well now, it seems that Mr. Wright was winning that night after all. Yes, impossible? My client had even less reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning. Now, Miss Orley, you must have known the true value of the chips, since you were there at the scene of the crime, weren't you? Order! Order! It appears our defendant has lost his motive, and Mr. Wright's supposed defeat never happened. We must now ask ourselves, where's the beacon? What now? Excuse me? What is this? What is it, Miss Orler? I don't want to be saying this, but actually you see him. Say what, Miss Orler? What do we see? In the last hand, there was cheat. A cheat? You don't mean a trick? Wait, or do you mean a scam? All the same thing. Yes, there was cheat in the last hand. That's why game ends with chips, and they are. Great, just great. First we have lion, now cheating. Well, this case suddenly has taken a turn. For the interesting. Goodness, you will please testify to the court. Tell us about this cheating in the final hand. In the last hand, both men had full house. There's 4 of each card in the deck, from ace to king. If you look at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious. Where can't see any cheat. Next one game becomes argument. The defendant's trick was exposed. He took bottle in his hand from Mr. Smith. What the heck is this trick? Miss Orlin, why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning? So they smelled a car up here. Well, folks, it's time to throw back the covers. Full house is a very high-scoring hand. Not easy to make, in my experience. It alone is enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics. Mr. Gavin, what's a full house? Lord, these days, you don't know your poker? I'm saying this bodies. Well, for your case or career. What? Knowledge of poker? What is this? Some kind of secret card poker ring? Justice, you know the terms 1 pair, 2 pair, and 3 of a kind, yes? Yeah, no problem. 2 cards with the same number makes a pair, and 3 makes a 3 of a kind. Good, now picture a hand with 1 pair and 1 3 of a kind. It's a full house. Doesn't sound very easy to make, does it? You can see each player's hand in this photo. They both have full houses. Don't forget, there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat. The fans may cross-examine the witness. Where's the cheat? Here. He did cheat in the last hand. That still leaves one important question. So right, lost that hand. Was ever heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat? I don't understand what was the cheat. Let me see. Again, the curtain on the top has some kind of bird, and I don't quite understand why in every single silhouette there's a bird. It was for Phoenix Wright, for Miles Edgeworth as well. Now this, and why? Simply why? Okay, I'll take a pause here and be right back in a minute. Alright. So wait. The first case is some kind of poker here. Kinda strange. Alright. Bossman had full house. 4 of each card in deck. If you look at the bossman's hands, cheat is more obvious. I don't understand where this obvious cheat. The defendant's trick was exposed. Hold it. Do you recall what the men were arguing about? I believe so. The victim, he shouts, "You are cheater!" And then, he was to something, no? The defendant shouts something like, "I have objection." Shout an objection, huh? Old habits are hard to break. First he bluffed his way through the courtroom. Now he bluffs his way through life. However, his right lost the hand. That seems to cast that shadow of doubt on Mr. Smith. Relation from losing even when cheating is what set fire to the defendant's heart. So what did the flaming defendant do next? And they still didn't prove that he was cheating. Hold it! What's so obvious? How was it clear? Well, the defendant, he played a 5th ace. What? 5th ace? I still remember both hands very well. Mr. Smith's hand was 3 aces. And Mr. Wright's too. Messy cheating was afoot, or perhaps I should say a hand. Your Honor, perhaps this can be added to the testimony without Mr. Payne's show. Very well, the witness will add this detail to her testimony, please. That's kinda obvious now. Gain this photo. Objection. Appears the witness is mistaken. Mistaken? But my name? Look, this piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you said in your testimony. That's the photo of the chips, is it not? What about this photo as well? Oh, not this one. Can't see anything here. Justice. Perhaps you ought to explain your point in a way that the judge can comprehend. In other words, use your finger to point out your point. Yes, please point out the contradiction in this photo. Particular point contradicts the witness testimony. Who had? Oh, you had 3. As earlier, in your testimony, you made the following claim. Wait a second, in this case I don't really need the stylus. 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 It's not stylus, still. Stick. But as you can clearly see, the victim's hand only held 2 aces. Well, maybe the witness was simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant's hand who had the 3rd ace in question. Take another look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Whereas I see cheating rights, and it's going on right here in this courtroom. 2 aces in each player's hand does make 4 aces total. And no proof of cheating. But please, It is true, I have seen it. The fifth ace. It was cheating, I swear to you. That's odd. She must be lying, yet she is the most sincere. I've seen her all day. You're right to trust your instincts. Mr. Gavin? Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead? Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion. Might that be, Mr. Gavin? If you don't mind, perhaps we might examine the actual cards. The cards? Mr. Payne? Yes. The pair's hands that night were set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request that the cards be shown to the court. Hello, Perfect Hammer. Very well, the prosecution will submit the evidence. Okay, I forgot how many tickets they have. 14, I think. And I think it's 14. Yeah, it's 14 for sure. Which one? From number 1 to number 14. And I'll check. And why did we stop here without any background music? Can't believe this. Very well, the prosecution will submit this evidence. Maybe you press it, and nothing happened. Which will you examine? The victim cards or the defendant's cards? Doesn't really matter. Number 3. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Checking it right now. Let's see. Another one. Okay, tell me another number. Now from 1 to 13. 7. Okay, the first one. The first one is nothing. Okay, focused. And the second. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. It's also nothing. Very sorry about this. Kinda strange. From 20 tickets, no, it was 23. So far won only, I'm sure 2? Maybe just 2. But like next time. Right, if these cards don't prove cheating, what's going on? Nothing will. Now, which of these hands is more suspicious? Let's see. I actually don't care. Defendant's hand. Let's start with Mr. Wright's hand. Defense would like to view the defendant's hand. Very well. Mr. Payne, your evidence. Yes, Your Honor. Well, now let's see what we have here. Can I check it right now? Defendant Wright's hand was left in the stand. Full house. All red. But they said that they were playing blue? What? Comeback are red. For some reason I saw that they were using blue cards in that final hand. Didn't you, Mr. Gavin? Which was it now? Which was it now? Right, sir. I already checked it. Why are we checking it right now? They explained how to examine the evidence. I already examined it. God damn it. When examining the evidence, be sure to view it from all sides and angles, using the deals on the evidence here. It should give you a better perspective on the case. Okay, let's do it. Card backs are red. Again, which wasn't known. Nothing new, it's totally the same as it was. Well, has the defense found anything they would like to share with the card? Not unless you can't utter confusion. Perhaps you'll best examine the victim's cards next. Of course, you can always give these cards another look. Well, to examine the other kind of cards? Of course. Yes, I'll examine the victim's cards. They will be blue. Your Honor, the defense requests time to examine Mr. Smith's hand. Granted, but make it quick, Mr. Justice. Your justice is always swift. Witness in this case, a Russian waitress, the Borscht Ball Club, with very strange last name. The king? Only one of the cards has a blue back. Much more of a red guy myself. Blue is so... not red, you know. Me too, I prefer the red color. Already check it. Well, has the defense found anything of relevance? I think I found out that I found nothing out. But I already checked this shit. Guess you'll best examine the defendant's cards before leap into any conclusions. Maybe you'll rather examine these cards one more time? Well, to examine the other hands? Why are we examining it? Let's continue. No, according to the testimony, it was the victim's hand that changed. But let's take a closer look. Okay, let's take a closer look again. It's definitely a bug, because if you check it, it must be marked as checked. It must continue. Your Honor, look at this. One of the victim's cards, the back is a different color. That's impossible! What? I pulled the card... What she did? What was that, Miss Orley? No, нет. I merely said, да, I have. Your Honor? Mr. Gavin, yes? Tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker? I don't know. To cheat? I'll tell you. One merely needs a friend. A comrade, shall we say. The dealer. Wait, so you mean... Miss Witness, Miss Orley. She's the cheater. A professional, I'd wager. Order! It was just as time to take advantage of her, of your mistake. Your Honor, please recall the testimony you just heard. That's impossible. But I put the card in right hand. Ergo, Miss Olga Orley conspired to cheat, not with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Shady Smith. Nice bit. Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine an altercation between her and the victim. What, you don't mean? The defense isn't accusing the witness, Miss Olga Orley, are you? Time for justice. There were 3 people in the room at the time of the incident, and if Mr. Wright isn't guilty, that means I am. The defense accused the witness, Miss Olga Orley, of murder. What is the motive? Let's scan the stage. Mr. Payne, where's your witness, Miss Olga Orlin? Yes, she has lost consciousness, Your Honor. Mr. Justice? Your Honor, seems you presented a new possibility to the court. One suggesting a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith. And that means this court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant at this time. What? I did. I held out. I see no point in prolonging the trial this day. The prosecution will need to make further inquiries. Mr. Wright? We can't end the trial here, Your Honor. Not yet. Nonsense, yet the defendant's sparing now. Think. One of the cars had a different colored back. Don't you wonder what it means? What are you doing, Mr. Wright? Raise objections, White, when you're about to get off the hook. Ridiculous. Mr. Payne, you, of all people, should know. Mr. Wright has a talent for the ridiculous. Is it? Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night. As was said before, we alternated between two decks of cards that night. As was said before, the two decks at the club have different colored backs, blue and red. One color per deck. Why use different colored backs? Use the same colors, the two decks might get mixed. We use different colors and they still got mixed up. Use the red deck for the last game. Who said about blue? The one on the floor? I see, but that's odd. For some reason, I have this impression that you were using the blue cards. Yeah, me too. Should someone said something about blue cards? Whatever. In the end, one card of the wrong color got into the mix, which means there was cheating. Yes, a card slipped into the deck would seem to indicate cheating. Yet, this card raises two serious questions. Apollo? Yes. Let's consider the first question, shall we? Think, in the last game, when was the card swapped? When? There are three broad possibilities here. Could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after the murder. Well, yes, thanks for the news bulletin, Mr. Wright. Of course it was swapped. It might be as simple as you think, Mr. Payne, but it might not be. I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. When do you think the cards were swapped? After. When was the card swapped into the deck? After. Yes, it happened after the murder. What's that ridiculous? What's the point of cheating after the hands have been shown? That's silly. Yes, but tell me, how do you swap cards during the game? Take silly or impossible. Take it from me, son, there's a lot of silly in this world, but very little impossible. Even when the backs of the cards are different, a different color. If you pull that during the game, you'll be caught in no time. Quite true. That's what means that the blue card in question was swapped after the hands were shown, after the murder. Okay, this is going past silly and straight into crazy. Ask again, what's the point of cheating after the game's over? Who would do that? Indeed, it's one of the mysteries before us. That's another? Yes, a simple yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped the red card of a blue card? Figs himself? Who? The game and murder is done. The victim is dead. Only two remain in the room, alive, that is. Defendant Phoenix Wright and our witness Olga Orlin. Okay, so who was it that swapped the red cards for blue? Someone else? But what's the point? Phoenix can do this to draw some attention to the case. Maybe the correct answer is someone else, but I'll select this first. One who swapped the cards was Mr. Wright. That was you, wasn't it? And why would I do such a thing? Well, because maybe you were trying to hide the fact that you cheated. Makes sense, but the swapped card was in the victim's hand. Sorry. I'm a nice guy, but I am not that nice. Consider it. He would like a motive for helping his opponent to win. So it's someone else. The one who swapped the cards wasn't Mr. Wright, of course. And, well, doesn't seem like it could have been Olga Orle either. What are you suggesting? It's hardly a logical conclusion, I'll admit. As an offense, I think it only makes sense for you to name Miss Orle at this point. Yes, I know, but she was the one who dealt the card, right? I just can't believe she would make the mistake of swapping the wrong color card. And if the card was swapped during the game, it will be obvious. It was victim? Something you would like to share with the card, Mr. Wright? Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking how much fun all this is. Fun? How about confusing? I have no idea what the defense is claiming, Your Honor. If the one who swapped the cards wasn't the defendant and it wasn't Miss Orlin, then who was it? Yeah, well, that's the question, isn't it? Precisely. I believe we're about to see this case take a new direction. New direction? You'll find that, indeed, after the murder, someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hand. And that someone made two critical mistakes. Sure, you're going to tell us the first was swapping the wrong color card. Because the one who did the swap didn't know two colors of cards were being used. The other mistake was the number on the card. Right. The person placed the fifth ace with the king replaced. I'm sure whoever swapped it wasn't expecting there to be a fifth ace after all. All they knew was the game has been won with a full house. So they picked up a king from the table and swapped it in. But there's one problem. According to our case records, this person does not exist. True, not until now, but you have to admit the possibility of a fourth person. So it's more than a possibility. There was someone else there that night at the scene of the crime. What? I believe the judge spoke truthfully earlier. You do make trials ridiculous, Mr. Wright. This trial has proceeded on the central assumption, namely that at the time of the incident were only 3 people in the room. I believe this new evidence, shall we say, overturns that assumption. The problem is that you choose to conceal this information from the court. I suppose that is a problem, yes. Court is adjourned for a brief recess. So, Gavin, I'll see you in my chambers during this recess. Certainly, Your Honor. Very well, my trial will resume in 20 minutes. Well, I think 50% is done of the first episode. And it took me almost 2 hours. And tomorrow is Monday. It was quite unexpected, Miss Wright. And wait a second. On the... where is it? On the cover, there's two persons that look almost identical. It's his brother. Maybe it's himself. Or from the past? Don't even know what to say. To suddenly claim there was another person at the scene of the crime like that. I must ask, is it the truth? Well, now, think you would know the answer to that. Being mysterious, Amy? Sadly, I have no time for mysteries. I only ask that you leave the defendant to your defense in future. Otherwise, can guarantee the outcome. So you haven't mouthed out one bit, Christoph. Justice. Yes, sir. The judge has summoned me to his chambers, so carry on without me. Good well, Apollon. Can I ask you something? Sure. Let's look at you well. Is it really yours, Mr. Wright? You wondering about the victim's disappearing locket? Here, you can take a look at it. It's a picture of my daughter in there. The red one? Why it's on the cover sheets in blue? I'm just surprised to hear you had a daughter. Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days. One more question. The one who cheated that night, was it you? So, she looks like too old to be his daughter because he was missing like 7 years playing piano and poker. Undercover, somewhere. She may be, I don't know, 16 years old, 13 years old. Well, I don't know what was the time skip between this and previous game. So, it must be adopted daughter. That's why her real father was victim here. Why not? Maybe. Sounds logical. So, the one who cheated that night, was it you? What do you think? Huh? You know what happened 7 years ago? What I did? What you did 7 years ago? It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat. I'm never honest, but it is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years. Want to know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker. You see, poker is all about reading your opponent. But what if you're playing online and there's no possibility to read? And I'm more than sure that more than 50% of all the poker games right now are online. Maybe more than 40%, 80% I mean. It's kinda like everything over the internet. People are no longer playing face to face. That way, it's a lot like a card case. Poker is like try alone. Figure out what your opponent is thinking, and you win. Oh, what is he thinking? Well, it's more working for Mahjong, isn't it? Even online, you really can think what they're doing because you can see that all the styles that they throw into this card, and there's a lot of them, so it's possible to figure it out, yes. But in poker, I'm not sure. I'm not a pro. In it, well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds. I think not. Try, as they might, to conceal it. Everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. The body language can become a valuable source of information. You're kidding. That witness, for instance, Miss Organ. there will be a new mechanic introduced? I think so, like inspecting their emotions or something. She would touch the back of your neck during certain parts of your testimony. Did you know this? No. Come on, who knows that? Words, habits, witches, it's all information for the reading. And the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass the secret on to you. And it's one thing. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals. No, you can do it. Just don't know it yet. What's he talking about? But you will, soon. Almost forgot. One more thing about this case. You should know I haven't told the truth to anyone yet. What? I knew it. I have my reasons, of course. All shall be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. And your power. My power? I had no idea my Courts of Steel were that special. It's time. The real trial begins now. Do your best. Yeah, looks like that's the half. Court will now reconvene. Actually, I thought that everything will be introduced here, but no, still the day. Has our witness, Miss Olga, Orly, recovered? Yes, Your Honor. Well, she's regaining consciousness. As you can hear her version of the events again. That's the thing, you see, she's quite fatigued. You're looking a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Payne. Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute. Defense would like to request that Miss Orly take the stand. Hello, Rich Cat. Phoenix is, well, he's the murderer. As usual, like it was in the third game and in the first game as well. Was it in the second? That's him. Phoenix, right. So they're 3 years old. Oh, wait a second, how old was he in the previous game? 23? So time skip is 10 years, I believe, but I'm not sure. Maybe he was 27. In this case, time skip is 7 years. So, saying formally an ace defense attorney. Some ran on. Very well, the witness will take the stand. It's still the game about him. Still. Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession? Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and poor loser? Not. What the heck? She's a pirate. Name's Olga Orly. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People call me Olga Quick Fingers Orly. Oh, really? Want to know something else? I'm really Russian, and my last name sounds like O'Reilly. Yeah, that's the truth. I hope you're satisfied. That's why I had a question about your last name. Witness, you'll tell the court what you were really up to that night. Fine, I'll talk. We had a plan, see? Let me remind you that you are currently under oath. Any further fabrications will have serious consequences. Fine. Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy, Smith, hired me to do what I do best. Really. Yarly. I was wanted at the Borscht Power Club, well, several days prior to the night of the game. as a waitress. So you were in cahoots with the victim. Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles. But winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. It was about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple, elegant, ready. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When the hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card, and the trap would snap shut. But in this case, I need another witness to swap the cards. Exposed as a character, as a cheater, and losing on top of it, it would have made a great double play. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces. Indeed. Getting caught red-handed at cheating would cast doubt on all his prior wins. A 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan. Oh really? Order? I'll draw. But it appears you made quite the mistake. Mistake? Agree, that trap was elegant. Yet, what happened to that planted card? Yes, that's right. He's lucky, I'll give him that. Would have to be to slip free from a trap laid by Olga. Quick hands, quick fingers early. Oh really? Quick hand, it's above the gun, isn't it? Or maybe it's also fingers. Witness won't be much cuter if she dispensed with the evil mastermind shtick? What's he talking about? Cute? Who wants to be cute? I'm not cute. I'm bad. Hear me? Bad! Batman. When you through being bad, perhaps you could testify to the card. Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung. The best laid traps. Alright, that night I planted the card like I was supposed to. And Wright lost the last hand, just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. But the planted card was gone. The trap failed. Gimmick, comic routine, style performance, etc. You mean the quick fingers? So can I apply it to the gunplay? The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was that no-good cheating defendant. Shtick? I mean about shtick. Actually, they may be synonymous. Shtick. Why I had never heard about it? It's not the first time when in this game I see new words that had never been in any other game, movie or something. Alright. A surprisingly frank testimony that still leaves us mostly in the dark. The drop was perfect, I tell you, perfect. If that rotten cheater hadn't messed it up. Who's talking? Well, the testimony, what it's worth, is all yours, Mr. Justice. With witnesses like you, who needs criminals? And with defendants like Mr. Wright, who needs prosecutors? Okay, card gone, as I understand. Where's contradiction? This contradiction, because he definitely didn't do this. Hold it. Wait, Isn't that a little odd? What's odd? You searched Mr. Right thoroughly and found nothing, which means he didn't cheat, which means he had no reason to strike the victim. Well... What was this? That just now? I sensed something. A magic again! Something wrong, Mr. Justice? No, nothing, Your Honor. What to do? Should I press you a little harder? But of course. Miss Orly, you hiding something. What are you talking about? You! Me? Quick fingers. Orly hiding something. The defense will refrain from baseless accusations. I have one question for the witness, then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course it's true. I did see it, honest. I saw it when right hit him. With my own eyes. I saw it. What's this word or vibe I'm getting? That witness, for instance, Miss Orly, she would touch the back of your neck during certain parts of your testimony. Again, my bot disconnected. What's going on? I restarted the router just today, this morning. Portmanteau mashup of stick and trick? Stuck? Stuck? It's umlaut. Stuck in this case. Stuck. Did you notice? I believe Twitch again updated something. That's why I constantly having problems. Touching her neck. Was it? She's touching her hair, as I can see. Not the neck. Holy shit, why it's so creepy? What's going on? This sensation. It's coming into focus. There. That twitch. It's so clear. Again the word twitch. Second time in this franchise. It's like I could perceive your habits. Like I couldn't before. Gotcha! Miss Orly, perhaps you are unaware of this yourself. Unaware of what? Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand. My neck? So what? What an injustice. I didn't notice anything of the sort. When she says that's part of the testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Stuck? Indeed. Her body reacts to the memory and she touches her neck. Definitely saw just her. I'm sure of it. A memory? Would someone care to explain what he's bubbling about? It's highly unusual, but let's ask the defense. You claim the witness is remembering something. Maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us? Your habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. So, what would remind you most of the moment of the crime? Miss Orly, whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck. I've noticed it happens when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit feels. I believe the weapon that left an what irreversible impression on your neck is this. What? What should I show here? The weapon? Deadly button? I simply don't know what's supposed to show here. And why you have mobile phone here? Oh yeah, I forgot about it. What's everybody talking about? About him hitting? Okay, they saying weapon, I will show the weapon, why not? Take that. Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. And what reminds us more of that moment than this bottle, the murder weapon? That was a hint about weapon. But something doesn't fit. If you were only the witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain? What's he talking about now? It was Mr. Smith, the victim, who was hit, not you. Was her? Interesting. This is a cross-examination, not a cross-wild conjecture. The witness. Habits? Completely irrelevant. Justice. I'll admit I'm a bit confused myself. It's certainly a unique cross-examination. Explain later. Just trust me. Now's only chance to break you. Miss Orley, please testify in detail about the moment of the crime. The very moment. Yet, I'm knowing nothing. You know you're not Russian. Witness will testify, please, now. Fine. Let's see. He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the cops got there. But he went to the first floor. Did she follow him? Hold it. You seem uneasy. Try sitting up here. Your eyes are dirty and all over the place. Must be getting warm. Tell me, after the crime, what was the defendant like? Well, he must have been stunned by the weight of his crime. He sat in a daze at that table until the cops came. Okay, it's contradiction. Intriguing. I believe you gotten all the testimony you're going to get out of this witness. So, what do you think about your testimony? I tell you what I think your testimony is. Flawed. It's basically bogus. Bogus. It contradicts the evidence. What's that? Well, show us this evidence, Mr. Justice. This evidence that you claim contradicts the testimony of the phone calls. You didn't let him out of your sight until the cops got there. I know there's some evidence that contradicts it. Take that. Miss Orley, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you said. It says that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. Bogus, indeed. And we know that the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made that phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Ball Club. So, explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely. So, I believe somebody hit her? Maybe. The man who picked up a bottle and swung it that night wasn't the defendant. The cutscene. Showdown time. You took the cheat. Check his pockets now. It's gone. The card's gone. You lose. New music? Soundtrack, never heard this one. Just then, Smith grabbed the bottle from next to right and he hit me. Wonderful. You. Some master of cheating you. In this case, why there's no fingerprints? What's going on? When I came to, the victim was already dead. Is it it? That's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. It came out that I was in league with Smith. I'd be a suspect for sure. Well, where does this leave us? Madness. This madness. I'm dreaming. It must have been me who was hit with a bottle, and I imagine all of this. It appears our prosecution is at his wit's end, and frankly, I can't blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events? Mr. Gavin, sir? I believe that, and the defense, in this case, they compelled to call Miss Orley a big, fat liar. What? Three were in that room the night of the murder. The defendant, victim, and her. And she has a motive. A motive? At what fault the witness got into an argument with her client, Mr. Smith. And then, in the moment of that argument, was murder. How to pronounce it? I don't know. What? I didn't. I am no killer. It's a trap. Someone's trying to frame me. And that's Phoenix Wright. What tangled webs we weave when we practice to deceive. So tangled, we catch ourselves in the process. Mr. Wright, such a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph Gavin. So it's Gavin who will be the main villain in this game? Looks like yes. What he's saying? Why not consider the other possibility? There was another person in the room at the time of the murder. Right, like Mr. White was saying before recess. That's why he wanted to switch this Christoph with Apollo. Why not? A single card was swapped into the victim's hands after the murder. And the one who swapped the card didn't know two colors of cards were being used. A fourth person. This theory again. Your first person doesn't exist. Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch the real criminal. The real criminal? And we are in luck. A clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. And right at the beginning of the trial, no less. What? Apollo, perhaps you know what I'm talking about? No. Sorry. Remember what I said. The first person who swapped the cards made one critical error. It will be somebody new. The one that we don't have. Christopher on the list, by the way. Yeah. His trusted mentor. He or she wasn't considering the color of the backs of the cards. Right, but how could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards used for the last game were red. Yet, there's one person here, in our court. Yeah, it was him, this Christoph. Who saw those cards were blue? Yeah, I had that impression too, but why? Well, Apollo, see? You can figure it out who it was? It's not me, I swear! Who is this first person? Why do I always get put on the spot like this? Let's hear what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who saw the cards used in the final game were blue? Take that. There's no need to select anything. As I expected. Your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair. I was right? 2 decks. There were 2 different decks of red and blue, and they have 2 decks, so nobody can cheat and swap the cards. That's how it was. Christoph Gavin, you were the first person that night. But of course Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards. So it doesn't mean that they were playing 2 decks game. Just were only 2 decks in the whole building. How about him? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. Can't tell which of the cards are blue. The ones on the floor, on the table. But look! You can see the colors in this photo. Yes, but when he's saying the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light. It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. It was only that, a game, in the purest sense, a competition, Your Honor. Also must say that it was kinda confusing when they say that it was 2 decks game or something. Competition? Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of patience. Only the cards, their backs, represent in blue flame, know its final outcome. Well, Christoph? Mr. Gavin? Mr. Gavin, is something the matter? No, nothing, excuse me, that's just so sudden. Right. You aren't seriously accusing me, are you? Oh, Christoph? No, even I'd never take a joke this far. What? Oh, you mean cards that's produced by Bicycle? Actually, I didn't know that the blue set. Everywhere it's always red for me. What I saw, but I never bought it myself. No, even I'll never take a joke this far. This has gone beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This insanity. Defendant accusing his own defense attorney of murder? I assure you, I'm quite sane. But what possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim? Okay, so far in the games, prosecutor was the murderer, the witness was the murderer, the defender, something, was also the murderer as well, and now it's attorney, defense attorney. I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either. Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met. Well, what if they have? There's a possibility, after all. They may have met that night before the game started. What are you suggesting? Is this the truth Mr. Wright was staying silent about? Well, only once in the door. Mr. Wright, the defense would like to request that... That you what? The defense would like to request no such thing. Mr. Gavin? Testimonies must relate to the case. How could anything happening before that game of poker be related? I'm not sure for Mr. Gavin. As explained before, the defense believes that Miss Orley... Am I to... What? Someday I need to go and buy them. Maybe on Amazon. Air cushion finish? Made in the United States? I see. And am I to assume that you speak for Mr. Justice in this? He's a defense, not you. Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you. Okay. Does the court, in your opinion, need to have Mr. Wright's testimony? Of course. This was Mr. Wright's strategy. He was planning this all along, and I intend to see it through. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court. At turn, Justice? You would betray me, your teacher? I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. It's about the truth. Very well. Defendant, Mr. Wright will take the stand, please. Blue Achiever? Because nobody liked the blue color or what? Or there's different materials or something. Because why? Appetite before murder. That evening, Christoph and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Shani Smith walked in 5 minutes after Christoph left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. He was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. Everyone wants red. I would like red, but only because I like the red color. More than anything else. That's why there's red behind me. That's why most of my consoles are red. Well, the original was silver. Actually, I can switch for tomorrow maybe to the red console. Especially that I want to replace the bottom screen here to some new produced something. And of course, if I try to repair something, that means that it will go correct. Alright, I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead. Blood streamed from a cut in his forehead. It's a cut. That's when I made another phone call. Defense attorney Gavin. Mr. Gavin, you were at the Borscht Ball Club the night of the murder? I dined with him rather frequently, and he talked to the defendant on the phone directly after the murder? Foreigner? It's another one who produced the cards? Bicycle I heard a lot, of course, like standard. Quite against my will, I had become involved in a murder. So I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him. You were planning this all along, weren't you, right? Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial. The only thing I want is the truth. And I did back then, and now, as I did back then. So my office was doing you a favor when we took on your defense. The appearance that I was wrong. Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Justice. Sir? He's lying, and you are going to expose him. USPC? Why it's called bicycle in this case? Understood, sir. Mr. Gavin versus Mr. Wright. Scant and well. Why can't I have a normal trial? Let me check it. That's my wiki. Expert back playing card deck. Just $9. Brand of playing cards. since 1885. United States Printing Company. Why it was called bicycle? The name bicycle was chosen to reflect the popularity of the bicycle at the end of 19th century. So if something is popular like AI, you call your cards AI cards. That's very strange choice of the name. Alright, what should I press here? Have dinner. Sit at the table. Walk in 5 minutes. Trap failed. Knocked out cold. From the cat. Hold it. And when you return, the victim was already dead. Yes. I'll admit I was a little startled when I walked in. A little? He was bleeding from his forehead after all. Yes, I'll be startled too if I walked in on a stand like that. Now's the call. Really check it. Hold it. Could you explain why you called Mr. Gavin? I obviously got involved in a rather sticky affair. And I figured Christoph's law offices would give me a friend rate for my defense fees. What the hell you intend to pay? I'll pay in full, Christoph. It was I who got you involved at all. You will find the price of your defense quite high, my good friend. Quite high. Is this the truth that Mr. Wright was talking about? Justice, you know what you have to do. He's lying. Expose him. No. Yes, sir. Have you think? Is Mr. Wright trying to tell me this testimony? The truth has to be in there somewhere. And let me Google this one. Are you, I don't know, doing some magic tricks with this? They're plastic. Plastic cards. Alright. Alright. Evening. Hold it. Hold it! You had dinner with Mr. Gavin. Yes, he dines with me at the Borscht Bowl Club quite frequently. We enjoy a usual dinner at our usual spot, as usual. Usual. I was eat at the table, closest to the piano. I see. Where Mr. Smith was sitting. So, the plates and such on the table were from your dinner? Indeed, the remnants of my meal with Christoph. You dined for 2 hours. 2 hours of eating your dinner. Then Christoph left. Into that. Isn't it a waste of time? What they were discussing for 2 hours? Non-stop. Hold it. 5 minutes. So, the two of them could have passed in the restaurant during that time? Have been a fateful encounter, to be sure. Mr. Wright, what was it you said? Christoph Gavin and Shady Smith may have met. I believe I did say that. I was all nervous about this meeting, and now we hear they just paused in the hall? Hearts or hand joints? Don't you need, I don't know, training somehow? Is, I don't know, holding something like dumbbell, like this. As a magician, I don't know, training the muscles of the hands or not. That does seem a little weak and the pretense for murder. What would be if that was all that really happened? Come on, Mr. Wright. What are you hiding this time? Hold it. About this failed trap. It's the same trap that Miss Olga earlier mentioned. Finger joints. Finger joints. The plan was simple. Elegant, really. See, we set up a trap of sorts. Oh, wait a second, there's a specific scene that you put on your fingers here and it's... How should I explain it? Anyway, specific exercise device. When you're trying to open your hand, it's very hard to do. In this case, wait a second, which muscles are you training in this case? And if you train muscles on your palm, you'll be even visible. The hand becomes like 2 times bigger or something. Like it's usually happened to the body. I don't know. The plan was simple, elegant, really. I see we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When the hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. What's the point? Seriously, there were only just 1 witness, okay, 2 witnesses. They actually can always lie about it. Like nothing like this happen. No, there must be more witnesses, third party or something. He would then pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut. He saw the cards. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces. Well, of course, muscles are everywhere. Yes, a harmless prank, in essence, harmless prank. It was by a quirk of fate that I happened to discover it. A quirk. I happened to put my hands in my pockets and follow the card. The card she planted. Yes, I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so disposed of the card before the game. Disposed? Where? There was an empty bottle of grape juice. I had been drinking right beside me. Grape juice. Of course. I threw the card inside the bottle. The empty bottle of grape juice? The murder weapon? So that was not empty, but okay. Yes, by the way, Orange Cat. By the way, this bottle has a very strange name on it. I don't understand what's saying, actually, but it's very strange. Grape juice, how long has it been since I drank grape juice? Apparently it's Mr. Wright's favorite drink. Wonder how well it goes with borscht. Who decided to add it here? I have no idea. I rolled it up and showed it in. The colored glass makes it hard to see. What? Let's see one more time. Alright, where is this? What they say now? It's not transparent. Bottle of wheats between the deceiver and the would-be deceived. This is the original world of this game. It was not altered. That sounds like terrific drama. A card inside the moral weapon. That's strange. Does the police miss it in the investigation? Maybe I'll take a look. Mr. Wright, the poker head of courtroom number 3 approves of this battle of wits. Please revise your testimony with the new information. The battle. How supposed to check if there's something inside? The bottle is completely empty. It is empty. But it didn't update anything. Can I present this right now? Objection. Mr. Wright, if I may. Yes. I examined the bottle and I don't see any card in here. No? But Mr. Wright, surely isn't all you have to say for itself? I can say that I know what happened to the card. I did put it in that bottle, however. Perhaps a fifth person came and took it out, or a sixth person who helped. Mr. Gavin, Mr. Wright is your client. My apologies, Your Honor. I won't have you disparaging our investigation easy. We look inside that bottle. There was nothing. So what's going on? Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again? Or did the card just disappear? In any case, please continue the cross-examination. After a decisive contradiction, call for decisive evidence. Pushing hard justice. Breaking. Just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO. I don't get the feeling we're not on our client's side anymore. Indeed, why we continue pressing everything? I'll take some pause here. Be right back in a minute. Grip force usually comes from forearm muscles. Okay, be right back. Really quick. Alright, back. Hello, Kaha. This last ticket for the day left. Okay, I forgot how many left. 12, I believe. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. 12. Tell me the number from 1 to 12. It's easy. To just something. Number 2. This one. Let me check it first. It's not going to focus. It is. It's also nothing, so non-ticket won today. Alright. Well, good luck next time. It's definitely a waste of money, I must say. Alright. And I have less than 30 minutes to play. Well, tomorrow is working day, so it's better if I finish at 10 PM. 30 minutes. So, which one did I didn't press? Where's the new one? Let's see. There were dinner. Right. Booked in 5 minutes after. The trap during the game. Bottle. We know that there's nothing inside the bottle. And so what? Hold it. You made the call to the police on the first floor of the restaurant, correct? Exactly. Cell phones don't get a signal down the hideout. Was anyone else on the first floor at that time? Not at all. Well, the middle of the night, after all. So there, in the darkened restaurant, I called the cops. They were dinner. They were dinner approximately midnight. It was late supper, not a dinner. That's for sure. After making the call, I returned to the hideout. It didn't seem right to leave the injured waitress alone. But he already pressed everything. What's wrong? Should I press one more time? Maybe it will be something new. Hold it. Let's see. Any orange words here? Nothing. Oh, maybe the bottle? I didn't press it. Hold it. Why in the bottle? I perceive my opponent's intent immediately. I'm used to entrapment. You see? I knew what was coming. So you struck first. I like that. I know every trick in the book. They don't work on me. Every trick in the book for 7 years playing the cards. In a short period of time, I would say. But at least 20? Well, he's ace attorney, of course. At least when you get lucky and stick your hand in your pocket, they don't. And so what? From a cat. Blunt trauma. Maybe it's this one. Objection. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong. One trauma cut? There's no contradiction about this. Wonderful. Today is the first mistake. Truth. What should I present here? Hold it. One more time. From the very beginning till the end. Hold it. I already told this. No need to reread it. So quickly checking everything. This bottle. Hold it. Should I present it one more time? Hold it. Hold it. Something about the phone call. She wasn't saying about the phone call. Use for the defendant to notify the police from the restaurant. Just notify. Didn't say anything. Maybe there's something else. No. Just this. Hold it. Okay, need to present something. Maybe it's not the evidence. Oh, wait a second. I cannot present the profiles, only evidence now. Okay, let's see everything. Turn your badge, nobody needs it. Time of this, 2 AM. Single blow to forehead. It's blunt trauma. So I said there will be contradiction, but no. Crime photo. In the bottle. There's nothing inside. Another crime photo. See, look at this cut. Should I show the photo? Well, the only new one that was added was this scene. There's no card. Let me show it one more time. Objection. 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 It's not working. Objection. Okay. Objection. It's totally the same. Card just disappeared. It can't be on his phone. Okay, maybe I can find the card somewhere. Oh, wait a second, it's this card? No, he said it was 5 something. There's also nothing here. Nothing I can do here. Come on, it's so hard to do it with your fingers. Really hard. Whatever. I have no idea. Let's save in this case. That's it. Christopher and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Okay. Next set. Shadow Miss Smith walked in 5 minutes after Christoph left. Let's count the trap during the game and disposed of the card in the battle. The girl was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. We have to call the police. Okay. When it turned, he was dead. Blood streamed from a cut, his forehead. Maybe there's no blood on the bottle? Say no. Objection? Also not. What the heck? The only statement I see it's about this blood streamed from a cut. In the bottle. Techniques show down. Where was the criminal hiding? Okay, let's show the photo. Objection. Still nothing. What the heck is going on? It's the first time when they stuck so long in the Saturn games. Oh, wait a second, he said that when he's looking at this one, he's lying here. Out there. Girl was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. That's where he's lying. Hold it. Hold it. It's definitely there. So one more time. He made the call to the police. Middle of the night. Call the cops. Return back. So something about this one. Uncontrollable. Knock our codes. Okay, what can I show there? It's not about the autopsy report. It's about the autopsy report. And where the gold disappeared. Holy shit. I can only try to show everything here. But I can't see what can I show here. Stupid. Well, it's the only frame where he's doing something different. Let's show battle first. Objection. It's not. Smith was uncontrollable. The phone. Objection. I felt. Just what is this? That's enough. See no need to further prolong this trial. The defense case is insufficient to overturn the prosecution's claims. This court finds the defendant Phoenix Wright guilty, of course. The defendant will surrender himself to the court's care to undergo a regular trial at the High Court within a month's time. Court is adjourned. Like, what's wrong here? Don't understand it. Maybe it's not even this one. Can't believe that they just stuck. That's supposed to be this one. Let's press it again. Hold it. Oh my god. Okay, let's just present everything one by one. Objection. Objection. Of course it's not this one. Or maybe it's the report for some reason. Cannot be a debauch. Objection. No. Objection. Not this as well. What the heck is this? Objection. Ah. What is this? It's not about everything. I don't know. The only thing that I figured out that the card disappeared. And that was all. So maybe not this one. Objection. Objection. I already showed everything. So it was not this statement. Completely. It's counter trap. During the game, dispose of the card in the bottle. I already showed this stupid bottle. There's nothing in this bottle. There's nothing in this bottle. I'm supposed to find it. Okay, in this case I suggest that it's this one. The bottle is here. There's some bottles here. It's open, by the way, as I can see, but it's actually closed. It's open in the picture. Here it's closed one. This I see, kinda. Let's show it one more time. Objection. Maybe it's this one. It's not this one. I see contradictions. But which one should I show here? Oh wait a second, I didn't show its incorrect place. Must be this one. Crime photo. Let me show this one more time. Objection. Also nothing. Let's reset it. It'll be faster. The crime photo I must show. Discount the trap during the game. Dispose of the card in the bottle. Okay, he disposed it, and so what? I'm supposed to show the crime photo. Objection. No. Another crime photo. Holy shit. What's he thinking here? Maybe when I exploded the bottle here, it affected something else. One more time reading everything, so... Christoph and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. He walked in 5 minutes after Christoph left. Disposed of the bottle. Knocked out cold, and Smith was uncontrollable. Left cold the place. When he returned, he was dead. Blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. I already was shown crime photo 2. Let me show crime photo 1. Objection. Objection! It's crime photo 1, then what's the difference? What's the difference between these two crime photos? It's alright, if I may. Yes. Take a look at this photograph of the crime scene. See the victim here? He's wearing a hat. Oh my god! But of course! This photo says no hat. The guide? Noted. Anyway, thank you. One thing you could see the blood on his forehead. Good point. Also, I thought there not supposed to be any blood at all. Because it was blunt. Attack. Justice. Next time you point out an inconsistency, put a little more oomph into it. What? So right, can you explain this to the guard? But to mention something. I was the one who put that hat on his head. You? Put the hat on the dead man's head? You already through our entire poker game. We'll call the police. When I returned to the scene, it was in full view. Shining bright. Just like in this photograph. And pick his hat up off the floor and put it on his head. Why are you doing something like that? All I can say is, I'm sorry, but it's the only thing I touched at the crime scene. So Miss Orley didn't see it? It's being the victim, so his head? I think not. She was out cold. I believe I was the only one who witnessed his head. Here we go again. Mr. Gavin? Pardon. It just seems that our client is determined to lie his way through this case. Hey, he's still our client, isn't he? I believe that's enough of that. Mr. Gavin? This witness testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies. I begin to see how you came to lose your attorney's badge 7 years ago. Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Christoph. I never knew. Yes, there will be some flashback case. I believe it was you who threw the first stone. So right, if you intend to ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or never. Don't be misled. Haven't told a single lie here. Hello, Angel Rape 1A. So the older he gets, well, already used. If you wondered. When I noticed the trap, I put the card and the bottle to dispose of it. And when I put the hat on the victim's head, I just say I had a reason for doing that as well. Reason? That reason is right here. Your cell phone? That night, the call that I spoke with defense attorney Gavin. The call on the police. Just in case I recorded our conversation. What's this? Now that we're all here, I see no reason why I shouldn't play it back for the card. Christoph? I seem to be in a bit of trouble. What's this? Game not going well? Something like that. That gentleman who challenged you, he turned out to be good? He turned out to be dead. Someone hit him hard. And someone cracked that flawless bone chain of pain? What's he talking about? It wasn't you, was it? Me? Please, the cops should be here any minute. And your hands should come to that. Bone chin plate? A kind of porcelain, very smooth and shiny. And not plate, it's paint. I believe he was referring to a certain gentleman's balding forehead. The court appreciates the defendant's discretion in not indicating my forehead. Wait a second, something not right about that phone call. Well, if they met each other, he could simply greet him by, I don't know, removing his head from his head, no? Or what? I'm not sure. So after Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you, he left the Borscht Ball Club? Most certainly. Then how did he know? When did he see this bone china plate? Wait, I also read this plate. That's right. Yes, that was when I began to see my good friend in a different light. Troubled, I returned to the crime scene. What? NW? Returning chat is not working at all, as you can see. And when I spotted Mr. Smith head again, I realized exactly what was wrong. Well, Mr. Gavin, the stage has been set. H is working fine. Perhaps you would like to explain this to the court. Exactly how did you come by your privileged knowledge of the victim's head? So, this is your reason. The reason why you put the victim's head back on. Your point, Mr. Gavin. It's come down to this, has it, Phoenix Wright? Order. I will have order, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. I believe this court has been left with no other choice. I report to her defensive attorney Gavin's testimony. Well, as a prosecutor, Very well, we'll break for 10 minutes. It's past 10 p.m., after which Mr. Gavin will take the stand for a cross-examination. Are you all clear on that? Crystal clear, Your Honor. Very well, this will be the final recess for the day. Is it another safe? Maybe not. And like this, they didn't explain. The only knowledge is that 7 years ago, he lost his badge due to some events. What is those events, we don't know. Also, he looks like adopted some child as well. That's all. Mr. Gavin and Mr. Wright are both in the judge chamber. I would have thought today would turn out like this. May I? That's his adopted child. In the... Oh, actually, I don't have this one. Locket. She wearing everything red, here, or maybe pink. Here it's blue. Hello, sir. Please, pick a card. What's all this about? Is this one okay? Excellent. I have a message for you. The last hand is about to be played. You'll need a trump card to make it. What? A trump card? The card you have chosen is magical. Use it wisely and the game is yours. That's all. An ace? Where do you remember that card from? Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces, Mr. Wright's 2. It is 5 aces in all. It is true, I've seen it, the 5th ace. That was cheating, I swear to you. Missing 5th ace. Wait, the bunch of red. Is this blood? You have your trump card. Now it's up to you to count the deck and draw the truth. My father's fate is in your hands. I know you can do it. This blood-stained card is my trump card for finding the truth? I fell deep into thought as my mind raced to understand what this all meant. That girl, seen you recently, but where? He already forgot? It's kinda obvious. Who is she? That's when I made the connection. Finally. So it was something pink. Let me check it. Received from a mysterious girl. Could this be the missing fifth ace? And it's red, I believe. Hold on. A single drop of blood marks the front of the card. According to now reconvene. And I think I'll continue tomorrow. No, seriously, tomorrow is Monday. For like the whole week I was not able to properly sleep at night. So it's better if I go and sleep like immediately. I played for 3 hours. Everything's good. Let me rate Wormwood back. And that will be all. And tomorrow, of course, we continue. So long play is approximately 22 hours of this game. If I will be playing it 3 hours per day, I'll finish it in 1 week. So next Sunday, maybe will be the last day. Maybe Saturday even. That's it. Alright, thank you for stopping by, Phoenix. Everyone else, Baban. See you tomorrow. Bye. Good night.